Sagittarius, what is up, y'all? How you doing? This Nine of Swords jumped out here right as the video was starting. Some of y'all nervous about something? Losing sleep over something? It ain't even time to start reading cards yet, and this card jumped out with the quickness. We're going to put it back in the deck while I do my little introduction. All right. How y'all doing? It's time for the mid-month messages for January 2024. What I'm looking for in today's video is to see if there was a change of timeline. Excuse me. Because I like to give advice in my readings. And if you take the advice and you apply it, that could potentially change your timeline. So that's what we're looking for here today. That's the intention I'm putting into this. So for those of you who would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading, all the information on how to go about doing that is down there in the description of this video. All right, we're just going to jump right into this right now. Oh, did it jump right? No, it didn't. Okay. So we're looking at the person from the past right now. Let's see if timelines changed. The situation between Sagittarius and the past person. Let's see if, Seven of Swords. So I can already tell you right now, this is not somebody you need in your life. But it's very important. Nothing is more important than for you to be able to understand that yourself. Because I can tell you that until my face turns blue. But if you aren't able to look at this situation and really understand why this isn't somebody you need in your life, the universe is going to keep making sure that you repeat this cycle. Even with a new person. Doesn't matter if somebody new comes in. You're going to keep being put through the same situation, the same scenario over and over and over until you figure it out. And that's okay. Hey, you know what? Don't kick yourself in the ass for repeating toxic cycles. You know the most wise people that walk the face of the earth? You know how they gain their wisdom? Repeating toxic cycles. That's where wisdom comes from. Is doing the most wise people. It's not because they're smarter than you. It's because they've done more stupid shit than you. That's so. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. Gotta do what you gotta do, yo. All right. All right. Let's see. Six of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Pentacles. So this person's still not even really 100% sure whether or not this situation is even worth working on. Whatever it was that happened between the two of you, put a permanent dent in the connection. Man, we got the Five of Swords too. You know what I'm starting to think here? I'm starting to think that neither of y'all can trust each other. I don't really think you can fully trust them, and they probably can't really fully trust you either, can they? I think y'all both being a little shady to each other, but no communication. This says block communication, but this right here would indicate that even if communication is not blocked, this person doesn't know how to approach you with the Ace of Swords reversed. And of course, even if there's blocks in communication, come on, man. In 2024, we all got one of these things in our fucking pocket. If you really want to communicate with somebody, you can work around blocks in communication. But, you know, ideally, that's not a very smart idea, because if somebody blocks you, that means they don't want to talk to you. So, like, for example, I have two Facebook accounts. I have an old account that I just keep because pretty much my whole journey from being homeless, getting up out from under a bridge and manifesting my wildest dreams, is all that whole journey is documented on my old Facebook account. So that's why I keep it. If I wanted to, and you block me on Facebook, I could go write you from that account, but I'm not going to do that. If you block me on my main account, I'm not going to log on to my fucking old account and write you. I ain't doing that. If you block me, that means you don't want to talk to me. I'm not going to go find you on Instagram. I'm not going to go write you an email. Nothing irritates the shit out of me more than people who do that shit. You block them, and then they write you an email. And you block them there, and they write you on Instagram. It's like, dude, I blocked you. That means leave me the fuck alone, you know? So whoever got blocked, I think that's kind of the idea here. So, nah, you walking away from this, dude. This person got their guard up anyways. They got their guard up anyways, but they're walking away from this. They're overthinking this. They don't know how to approach you. They don't know what to say to you. But you are still hanging around waiting to see if this situation is ever going to go anywhere. It's not really looking like it. This situation has slammed to a halt. Could be a Cancer for some of you. By the way, I also have Libra, Virgo, and Gemini here. Okay. Well, let's dig up their feelings for you. And let's dig them up at the deepest level and see. How does this person feel about you at the deepest level? How does this person feel about you at the deepest level? They're intimidated by you, I think. Because you really appear to be like somebody who really seriously doesn't need them or anyone else for that matter. I think they're just a little bit intimidated by you. I think that they would probably come forward if they felt like there was a good opportunity. But since they're not seeing a good opportunity, they're not going to try to come forward. Now, what do most people consider to be a good opportunity? Think about it. Think about it. Two people separate. One person's wanting to talk to the other, and they're waiting on the right opportunity. What would most people consider to be a good opportunity to communicate with an ex? A kink in the armor, right? A place of weakness, a place of vulnerability. So if you're looking like you fucking confident and independent and you got it going on, you don't fucking need nobody, you doing good, that's not a good opportunity to come slide up in there. You're going to make them look stupid, ain't you? But if you're posting boohoo shit, if you just got your heart broke, if your dog just died, if your grandma's in the hospital or something like that, there's a kink in your armor. I'm gonna slide up in there, and they don't see a good opportunity to approach you. They still got feelings for you. Yes, they does. They don't want the drama. They don't want the drama. No, they have not been very successful in their little venture to find somebody new. Like I said, you just straight up intimidate this person, dude. You straight up intimidate this person. And that's mainly, they also think that you either found out their secrets or they're afraid that you're going to find out whatever secrets they were keeping. So they have no faith whatsoever in the idea that this would ever turn out successful between the two of you. There's that damn Nine of Swords. I knew that was going to come out eventually. I knew it was going to come out eventually. All right. So, not looking like a lot of action happening here. Well, that's pretty much the outcome. So, let's take a look at the advice. What's the advice? Whoa. Just make sure. You know what? Make sure your priority list is in order. Don't be putting your life on hold, waiting around on somebody that ain't even got their own shit together. Come on now. Come on now. That may not be every one of you, but I feel like it's a good number of you. I think there's a good old handful of you who dealing with somebody that ain't even got their own shit together. Ain't even got their life on track where they want it to be. And you putting your life on hold waiting on them? Come on now. But if you want the silence to be broken, it is going to have to be you that does it. It is going to have to be you that does it, but I'd be careful with that, though. Because I kind of also get the idea that if you did, show up in this person's inbox. They very well may take that as an opportunity to like they'll assume, oh, okay, I have the upper hand. I got the upper hand. You couldn't wait, could you? You folded. You folded. I'm the one with the upper hand. And I think they'll take that and try to run with it. So, I don't know if I would right now, dude. I don't know if I would right now. With the Tower card here, let the Tower burn to the ground and clean up the mess. Meaning, get through this and at least clean up the mess. Go through some of the healing first. So by the time the Tower has burnt to the ground, you've cleaned up all the damn mess. You've wiped the slate clean. You good. You've done a lot of healing. You know, then maybe we can talk to this person and get a closure message. Right now, the energy is so intense between the two of you. You could very easily end up getting sucked back into it and repeating a past cycle. All right. Let's just look at your love interest now, whoever this person is to you. Mainly geared toward the singles, but you don't have to be single, I don't guess. 6 of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Okay. Huh. Oh, wow. This is weird. Some of you are feeling like this situation seems so frustrating that there's a part you feel like this is happening to teach you a lesson. Or you're kind of trying to figure out the deeper meaning behind why this connection is happening, because the Emperor and the Empress both came out reversed right next to each other. That would kind of tell me that the two of you are not coming together and finding a place of stability. Some of you just feel like this is supposed to teach you a lesson. You're trying to figure out what that lesson is. You can't figure out what this situation is trying to teach you. Well, first of all, if that's a question you have in your mind, think about this. Not everything happens to teach you a lesson, but you can extract a lesson from everything that happens to you. And guess what? You are the only being in this entire universe who gets to decide what that lesson is. You know how many times I get that question? What lesson was this supposed to teach me? And I tell them every time, if I tell you, you didn't fucking learn it. If you let's say you enroll in college and you have to take a fucking algebra prerequisite, and you walk into the class 20 minutes before class starts, you say, teacher, hey, what am I supposed to learn here in this class? How to solve algebraic equations. I'm going to teach you how to solve these problems yourself. Right? Think about that. Think about that. Take all the time you need thinking about that. So, but yeah, 9 of Pentacles again. I think y'all just be intimidating people and don't even realize it. You don't even realize it. You don't know. You may not realize how you come across. You come across very, very independent. Like you don't give no fucks. Like you don't need nobody. And I mean, good. That you should come across that way. Some people, though, especially if you're dealing with somebody who is a little bit insecure, might take that the wrong way. An insecure individual will always be intimidated by an independent individual. Independence triggers insecure people. Nah, I'm not feeling this deck. Hang on. Let's see how they feel about you. How this person feel about Sagittarius. Star card. King of Pentacles. So I do think they are very attracted to you. They do find you very, very attractive. And I think they even may have hinted that they do have an interest in you. But I don't think they can really fully tell exactly how you feel. So they're not sure whether or not this is a situation that they should pursue. They're contemplating coming forward with a love offer. They're thinking about it. But with the Page of Swords reversed, see, look at that. So you got the Crossroads card. See that? This person feels like they're at a crossroads. Do I come forward with a love offer or do I keep my mouth shut? Nine of Swords again. So you intimidate this person. You know what that would tell me, though? That would immediately tell me that if you intimidate that person this much, especially if they don't really genuinely have a reason to be intimidated by you, the two of you are not a vibrational match. If the two of you were a vibrational match, you would be brought together, bam, like that. But I do feel like the two of you do have a karmic contract from a previous lifetime. Okay, well, let's see the outcome of this situation. What's the outcome? What's the outcome? Ten of Cups reversed. So I don't see that happily ever after. And then the credits roll. I don't see that. Not seeing that happening here. Yeah, see, Two of Swords. This person's just not making a decision. They're not opening up and expressing anything about how they feel. So you're getting tired of this weighing on you and just being nothing but a burden. Getting tired of it, so you're probably going to start leaning into the idea that this is just a fucking waste of time. I'm going to really start leaning into that idea because it just shouldn't be this complicated. It shouldn't be this confusing. It shouldn't be this difficult, you know? So, what's the advice? What is the advice? Well, this is where it gets kind of slippery and tricky. Because with the King of Swords energy here, would this person even tell you how they feel, even if you came forward with an offer? Because usually if you intimidate somebody, especially if you're dealing with a dude, doesn't have to be a dude, but dudes are horrible about this. If you intimidate somebody, they ain't gonna let you know that. They ain't gonna let you know you make me feel like I'm this tall. So if you come forward with some kind of offer and you make this person feel like they're this tall, they're just gonna be ice cold and pretend they ain't got no feelings at all. Two of Cups reversed. I would at least put it out there and have that conversation about, yo, where is this connection? Well, okay. So this is, again, I hate this part because it's always so slippery. Some of y'all are dealing with somebody who's been kind of stringing you along a little bit. Others of you are dealing with somebody who doesn't even know that you're interested in them. So this is mainly geared towards those of you dealing with somebody in which there's been some interaction between the two of you. Maybe you're going out and hanging out, going out and dating each other, going out and seeing each other, you know, something like that. So if there has been interaction between the two of you have been kind of talking, been kind of seeing each other, at some point, I think before February is over, we need to have the conversation. Where's this connection going? Where's this connection going? Don't play dumb. Don't play dumb. There's an attraction between the two of us. You know, there's an attraction. I know it, and you know it. I know that you know it, and you know that I know it. I know that you know that I know that you know. Come on now. Come on now. If you don't want to have that conversation, set a time. Set a time frame. I would say by the last day of February. By the last day of February, if I have not gained any clarity on where this situation is going, I'm going ghost. Poof. Poof. Later, tater. All right. Now, let's look at the next person who's actually due to come in. Next person actually due to come in. Sagittarius' life. What's the first thing Sagittarius is going to notice when the next person who's due to come in comes in? Eight of Swords. Hang on. Hang on. That could go in two different directions. Not speaking on that yet. Hold up. Three of Wands. Okay. So I think you're going to kind of notice that. Well, I think you're going to know immediately that this person probably has some baggage, possibly a baby mama, baby daddy, or something that they're really clinging to from their past. And I don't think it's going to be a secret, though. A lot of times when you see these kind of situations arise, that's something that's, kept secret. I don't really see this being kept a secret. I don't think it's going to be a secret that's being kept from you. But I think this person does have something from the past. Like I said, baby mama, baby daddy, possibly, or I'll even go out on a limb and say possibly a very close family member who they fell out with. Like I just fell out with my mom. Me and my mom just got into it. And she disowned me last month, something that's weighing heavily on this person. And one of the things that you may kind of notice is that this person doesn't know how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for that super chat. Walk like the Egyptian. Thank you. Appreciate that super chat. Okay. This is also, I think, going to be a very different situation than anything you ever found yourself in. I think this person's going to be very different than anybody you've ever dealt with. And as good as that sounds, and it is, that is a good thing, but it's going to make you feel a little bit weird and a little bit uneasy at first because you've never dealt with a person or a situation like this before. So anytime you find yourself in a situation unlike anything you've dealt with before, it's going to be a little bit weird. I don't know how to navigate this situation. I don't know how to react. I don't know what to do here, So, but most importantly, I think you're going to know at a very deep level that this person has good intentions. At a very deep level. All right. I don't know why I pulled this deck out. I don't really have room on my table for another deck right now. Something's telling me to grab some different decks, though, to swap some out. All right, let's look and see this person's intentions at a deep level. How do they feel about you? What are their intentions at the deepest level? They feel like a failure. This person beats themselves up a lot. I think they're the type of person that kind of drags their past along with them and beats themselves up over it all the time on the inside. They're very hard on themselves. So you might not like that. That might kind of leave a funny taste in your mouth. Yeah. This person's kind of negative. I'm not going to lie. Now, not when I say they're negative, I don't mean that they're a bad person. You can be a benevolent person and still have a very negative outlook on the world. You know, you can have very good intentions, but, you know, you just see negativity. You walk into a room and the first thing you see is something out of place, you know, because your focus is trained to look at mistakes. Your focus is trained to look at problems. Your focus is trained to be drawn towards negativity. So, you know, you can hand this person, you know, $1 million and they would complain because the bills are too wrinkled. You know that type of person? You ever met that type of person? God, I can't stand. It's my biggest fucking pet peeve, dude. Oh man, I can't stand being around people like that. Oh, but this person may kind of be like that a little bit, you know? Maybe like a Debbie Downer. But they don't want no drama, though. They want something long-term, stable, and committed. Right now, they have serious abandonment issues, and they're looking for red flags in you. And they don't want drama. They don't want drama. This person don't want drama. Like, period. No drama. They I think are willing and ready to jump headfirst into this relationship with you. Yeah, they're ready to start new, start fresh. I would say their intentions are good, though. They may be a negative-minded person, but they don't have bad intentions, if that makes sense. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. That can still lead to a messy connection, though. Not going to lie. That can still lead to a messy connection. I see it happen all the time. I read for situations like that all the time. Person got good intentions. They just have a negative, nasty, shitty outlook on the world. And at the end of the day, I don't know who needs to hear this, but somebody needs to hear this. It don't matter how good your intentions are. It doesn't matter how much good you want to do for others and how much you want to help others. After a certain point, if all you do is focus on negativity and problems and toxicity and nastiness, and that's all you focus on, that's it, throughout your everyday, day-to-day life, whether you're scrolling on the internet or walking through the mall, you know, all you see is problems, you're not going to have a very fun life experience. You just ain't. You're not going to attract people, relationships, situations, or scenarios into your life that are very happy and fun. You're going to attract people, situations, scenarios, and relationships that harmoniously resonate with that vibration. It'll leave you. This is what leaves people by the time they're in their fucking late 20s to mid 30s going, why do all these bad things keep happening to me? Because that's all you're training your brain to look for. So that's all your subconscious mind is going to notice. Think about it, man. You got to reprogram that shit. I teach that shit in my courses, though, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. By the way, I got a bundle. My courses have a bundle in my School of Self-Mastery now. So where, like, if you was to buy them all, it'd be like $60. I think there's a bundle for like $45 for all of them. I forgot about that. I was supposed to be talking about that all throughout all these videos. I forgot to mention it. All right. Anyway, let's see the outcome. What's the outcome? What is the outcome? Four of Pentacles. It's taking this person a while to open up. World card reverse. Knight of Swords reverse. Communication is just not that great for the first month, but things are moving fast between the two of you, real fast. Communication is going to probably pick up near around the second month, and that'll alleviate a big weight off your chest when this person really genuinely opens up. When this person genuinely, for real, opens up and really starts expressing what's going on with them and how they really feel, what they've been going through, and, you know, that's going to alleviate a big weight off your chest. And things will take a turn for the better. Okay. What's the advice? Just give them a big, long leash and let them operate on their own terms. Let them operate on their own terms. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you can't force somebody to open up. The harder you try to force somebody to open up, the higher their walls are going to go. You cannot manipulate somebody into opening up. You cannot shame somebody into opening up. You cannot try to bargain with them and reason with them and get them to understand why you think they should open up. They have to feel safe enough to open up on their own terms. Now, I was just telling Scorpio something kind of similar to this. Let it be known that, hey, you know what? You can open up whenever you want. If there's some stuff you don't want to talk about, that's cool. I understand that. I'm not going to try to force you to. You can talk about it whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready, I'm here and I'm cool. In the meantime, you know what they're going to be doing? They're going to be watching you and testing you and studying you to try to gauge what your reaction will be when they do open up. So it's very, very, very important that you radiate an ambiance of relaxation, no judgment. This is what I was just telling Scorpios. Maybe some of y'all are dealing with a Scorpio. I don't know. But I've heard people, I've sat back and listened to people complain about somebody that isn't opening up to them. You know, they just never open up. I never know what's going on. They're always just so quiet and this and that, blah, 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 blah. And I'll sit and observe the person who's making these complaints. And almost every time, about 90% of the time, they all have one thing in common. They're really, really combative, really bitchy and angry, very negative, very judgmental. They're a loose cannon. They got a big loud mouth. They bitch a lot. And I'm like, oh, no fucking wonder that person ain't opening up to you. No fucking wonder. You're a loose goddamn cannon. They walking on eggshells around you. Of course they ain't opening up to you. You can't radiate that ambiance and make somebody walk on eggshells. You gotta, if you want somebody to open up to you, you gotta let it be known that you're cool to open up whenever the hell you want. Whenever you want, it's all good. You know, in the meantime, I'm going to open up to you. You can open up to me whenever you please. I'm going to open up to you. I'll let you in on what I got going on in here. And most of us, at least on the spiritual path, what we got going on down here, right? Shoo. You probably ain't going to top what I've been through. It's not a competition. That's not the point. The point of it is come on. We right there next to each other, right? You ain't been through nothing no worse than I've been through. I ain't been through nothing no worse than you've been through. So I get it. I see you, right? And then the guard will start to come down. The guard will start to come down. And then this will take an immediate left-hand turn into a much better, brighter situation. All right? Okie dokie. I feel like those were the messages that my Sagittarius friends needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all once again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check down there in the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading or find out anything to do with anything that's relevant that has to do with me, social media, Facebook, Instagram, other YouTube channels, all that good shit, merch links, and all that stuff. down in the description of this video. All right, I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on y'all's journeys. Stay blessed.